Now, I can't say shipping gonna be the fastest on these third-party little sites, but man, so we quite essentially know that Nike released the shoe, right? Nike released the shoe this morning for $190. That was the going rate for the signature sneaker. Now, I'm here to tell you, as you guys can see right here on Google, just type in Caitlin Clark Kobe 5. StockX, currently right now, they're going for $345. On GOAT,
Caitlin Clark's collaborative Nike basketball footwear achieved complete inventory depletion within 10 minutes of official availability, generating significant aftermarket trading activity on established resale networks. The product debuted at $190 retail before supply exhaustion created elevated pricing scenarios. Nike's distribution encompassed roughly 13,000 units spanning various dimensions, with total stock elimination occurring swiftly after morning availability commenced. This shortage immediately directed purchasers toward alternative marketplaces pursuing available stock at increased valuations.
On ABC regular season average 2025 WNBA coverage across ESPN is up 14% from last season. The first time these two teams tangled up this year, they did 2.2. The second time these teams tangled up, they did 2.2. Folks, it's getting to a point where, remember last year, every Caitlin Clark game, we were just expecting $1 million. Yeah, it's going to do $1 million. Yeah, it's going to do it. It's to the point where if Caitlin Clark...
StockX presently features the Caitlin Clark Kobe 5 partnership footwear at $35 for accessible dimensions, demonstrating an 82% increase above original pricing structure. Network inventory reveals restricted availability with merely 19 units remaining in dimension 9.5 as requirements persist surpassing availability. GOAT Marketplace exhibits elevated valuations at $386 for standard dimensions, with certain specifications achieving $413 for dimension 7. The network has shown swift price advancement during daily trading as inventory quantities diminish throughout all dimensional classifications.
They're going for $386. In Flight Club, you're looking at $375. Must mind you, these sneakers was just released a few hours ago. These sneakers were retail for $190. This is the Caitlin Clark Defect. Now, I'm telling you, within the next hour or by the time this video drops, expect these numbers to change. Now, a lot of these sizes here may be fluctuating as well.
Flight Club, an additional premium footwear network, displays pricing at $3075 for typical dimensions, while smaller specifications command enhanced rates. Dimension 7 units presently feature at $55 and $50, demonstrating increased requirements from browsers with smaller foot specifications. Valuation instability continues substantial during daily periods, with costs fluctuating regularly as availability and requirement patterns adjust throughout different networks. Certain dimensions have witnessed price increases to $500 within individual network sessions, illustrating the active trading atmosphere.
Is on CBS, ABC, and I'm gonna throw ESPN in the mix too until I'm proven otherwise. If Caitlin Clark's on ABC, CBS, or ESPN, I would be shocked if she doesn't do at least $2 million. I think we are at that point. Caitlin Clark is officially always been, always will be the main attraction in the WNBA. This was the third most watched WNBA.
Market evaluation suggests these products constitute among the most sought-after athletic footwear debuts in contemporary history, equivalent to restricted Jordan debuts and exclusive partnerships. The combination of Clark's recognition and restricted manufacturing has established optimal circumstances for enhanced aftermarket pricing. Industry analysts observe that specialized Kobe debuts historically sustain valuations around $2,000 territory, indicating potential extended appreciation for the Clark partnership. The basketball icon's posthumous brand continues commanding enhanced pricing throughout all product classifications.
Now, while that load, let me go over this here with you guys. So a lot of these sizes and stuff might be fluctuating. So for the people that, wondering if your size is available, I'm here to tell you're going to find your size, but you're going to have to quick, fast, and in a hurry find your size. So as of right now, size 9.5 men's, only 19 left. Guys, Nike released 13,000 shoes, bro. StockX right now only got 19 shoes left for the 9.5.
Network delivery periods differ substantially, with GOAT typically offering fastest shipping alternatives, while StockX and Flight Club may necessitate extended processing durations. Purchasers pursuing immediate acquisition encounter compromises between network dependability and delivery velocity. Forecasts indicate pricing could achieve $2,000, $3,000 territory by week conclusion, as initial availability disruption continues affecting market patterns. The premium selection classification reflects footwear anticipated to sustain extended collectible worth beyond initial enthusiasm cycles.
NBA game ever on ABC. Do you want to know the other two games? Do you guys want to know the other two games? Opening weekend, I should say. Chicago Sky versus the Indiana Fever. That did 2.7 million with a peak of 3.1 viewers. That's a Caitlin Clark game. And then last year, Fever versus the Storm. 2.2 million viewers at the time. That was the most viewed W.
Supplementary Caitlin Clark Kobe partnership designs are scheduled for October availability, showcasing white and azure colorway alternatives. Early previews indicate these forthcoming designs may exceed current models in visual appeal and market requirements. The October debut represents another chance for purchasers who missed initial availability, though comparable availability limitations are expected given the present market reaction. Pre-debut speculation suggests equivalent or enhanced requirements for the alternative colorway.
These are these sneakers here. What just happened? Okay, so these are the sneakers here, bro. So let's scroll down to see how many sizes left. Now, this is just one site. This is StockX. Now, these are, some other Kobe's. Now, these are other Kobe prices down here, bro. Kobe 5s. And as y'all can see, they're in the $2,000 range. Now, these ain't Caitlin Clark shoes, but I promise you, any amount of money, Caitlin Clark shoes, expect these shoes to get in $1,000.
Purchaser participation throughout social media networks has expanded market consciousness and requirements, with successful buyers displaying acquisitions and establishing additional visibility for the product range. This organic promotion effect continues driving aftermarket interest. Dimensional availability differs throughout networks, with smaller specifications consistently commanding highest increases due to demographic requirement patterns. Women's sizing displays particular scarcity as female basketball supporters represent significant market segment for Clark-branded merchandise.
NBA game on ABC ever. And she eclipsed that this year when she went up against the Sky, and she equaled that this year when she went up against the New York Liberty. As the WNBA would say, all eyes on the W. All eyes on the W. All eyes are on Caitlin Clark. Don't you dare get it twisted. All eyes are on Caitlin Clark. Eyes on what? Eyes on who?
The Caitlin Clark influence illustrates her commercial impact extending beyond basketball performance into lifestyle and fashion classifications. Her crossover attraction draws purchasers beyond traditional basketball audiences, expanding market requirements substantially. Retail exclusivity approaches have proven successful in establishing immediate scarcity and requirements, though purchaser dissatisfaction with availability restrictions may influence future debut approaches. Nike's distribution choices balance exclusivity with accessibility consideration.
$1,000 range. Yes, guys, I'm telling you right now, I'm finna order me a pair. These shoes right here are going to go into the $1,000 range. These are special Kobe shoes, bro. I'm telling you right now. And then these are other Kobe sneakers here. But as y'all can see, when it's special releases, special editions are like this. So as of right now, they're sitting at the average going price on StockX. Now, this is StockX.
Investment prospects appear considerable for purchasers who obtained retail pricing, with immediate returns surpassing most traditional investment options. However, footwear market instability presents risks for speculative purchasing at aftermarket valuations. Network authentication services offer buyer protection but add processing duration and charges to transactions. Legitimate marketplace utilization becomes essential as counterfeit products inevitably enter aftermarket following popular debuts. The partnership represents successful brand collaboration between Nike, Kobe's estate, and Clark's developing personal brand. Strategic coordination establishes worth for all participants while generating substantial purchaser interest and media attention.
Yeah, all eyes on Caitlin Clark. Shout out to Nerdspin. All eyes on the needle mover, CC. All eyes on Caitlin Clark, and y'all know it. Should have advertised more for these games. All eyes on Caitlin Clark. 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 Folks, I got to be honest. This was not primetime basketball. Remember, the Chicago Sky versus the Indiana Fever.
Historical precedent indicates initial price increases may stabilize as aftermarket availability increases, though unique elements surrounding Clark's recognition and Kobe's legacy may sustain enhanced pricing longer than typical debuts. Purchaser behavior patterns display willingness to pay considerable increases for culturally significant athletic footwear, particularly when associated with breakthrough athletes and established legends. This psychological element supports sustained elevated pricing. Geographic requirement distribution likely favors markets with strong basketball cultures and Clark fan base concentration, though global footwear collecting community represents significant international requirement source.
It's currently $325, bro. $325. Now let's head on over to another platform. Now I normally get all my kicks from either GOAT, Fly Club, or somewhere like that because they're shipping faster. Now StockX shipping might take a little minute, man, but GOAT pretty quick about this. Now look, already, y'all remember how I told you that the numbers are going to fluctuate throughout the day. The numbers already $7.5, $413, bro.
Professional athletes and celebrities acquiring these products establish additional visibility and social validation, potentially driving further requirement increases among aspirational purchasers pursuing association with elite performance culture. The debut timing corresponds with peak basketball season and Clark's continued prominence in sports media, maximizing exposure and sustaining requirement momentum throughout the critical initial sales duration. Future debut approaches may incorporate lessons learned from this initial launch, potentially adjusting manufacturing quantities or distribution methods to balance exclusivity with broader accessibility objectives. Aftermarket success validates Nike's strategic decision to partner with Clark during her rookie season, illustrating commercial viability of women's basketball athlete endorsements when properly executed and promoted.
In prime time, without Caitlin Clark, did big numbers. Wait until we see Caitlin Clark in prime time on national TV, basic cable. Wait until you see a Caitlin Clark game at 7:30 p.m. on ABC, 8 o'clock p.m. on CBS. I think that's going to get us our 3 million average. I think something we haven't seen before is going to get us our 3 million average. Caitlin Clark in prime time, Caitlin Clark in the playoffs, regardless.
The products represent convergence of multiple cultural trends, including women's sports growth, footwear collecting culture, and celebrity athlete branding, establishing unprecedented requirement patterns for this product classification. Purchaser education about authentication and legitimate purchasing channels becomes increasingly significant as market valuations climb and counterfeit risks increase throughout unofficial sales networks. Extended worth retention will depend on Clark's continued basketball success and cultural relevance, making these products both fashion statements and speculative investments tied to her career trajectory.
$413 for 7.5. Trying to tell you, bro. 7.5, $413. Best price. Best price, bro. I can't make this up. I'm telling you, these shoes are going to be in the $2,000 to $3,000 range by Friday. I can promise you that. I'm telling you right now. They're going to be up there. They're one of the ones. Y'all ever heard one of the ones?
The immediate market reaction establishes benchmark expectations for future Clark's signature debuts and illustrates commercial potential for expanded product ranges throughout multiple classifications beyond basketball footwear. Network competition for exclusive inventory drives, pricing variations, establishing opportunities for informed purchasers to identify optimal purchasing channels while navigating availability constraints and pricing increases. Clark's collaborative Nike Kobe Bryant Athlete Edition footwear has accomplished extraordinary commercial achievement, achieving complete inventory depletion within 10 minutes of initial availability. This swift elimination illustrates the considerable market requirements for products associated with the Indiana Fever star.
Who, as long as it's on ABC or CBS, that's going to get us our 3 million. Caitlin Clark in prime time, or Caitlin Clark in playoffs on basic cable, that's going to get us our $3 million. Another bonus that we are seeing. Finally, The Rock has come back to Indiana. Sorry, folks, I had to do that. Yahoo Sports. Not this shoe company, not this shoe.
The Kobe V Pro PE footwear featuring Clark's branding debuted today with a retail valuation of $190, corresponding with the debut of her new Nike advertisement yesterday. The timing of these launches appears strategically coordinated to maximize promotional influence and purchaser consciousness. Initial market reaction exceeded anticipations, with aftermarket valuations on networks like StockX immediately increasing to $300-250 territory. These elevated resale values indicate strong collector interest and restricted availability relative to purchaser requirements.
These are one-in-ones, bruh. You got to have them in your collection because they're going to have value. Hold up. I didn't show y'all the page. So, look, as y'all can see here, look, it just went up to $500. Look, $500. It just jumped up to $500 right there, bro. Caitlin Clark Kobe shoes on StockX. On GOAT. So this is GOAT. Now let's head on over to Flight Club here. So Flight Club is a big time sneaker platform. Guys, this is where
Reports indicate Nike manufactured roughly 13,000 units for the initial debut, establishing scarcity that contributed to the swift elimination. This restricted manufacturing approach aligns with typical practices for specialized athletic footwear debuts. The significance of receiving a Kobe Bryant Athlete Edition extends beyond typical endorsement arrangements. Bryant's posthumous brand maintains extremely selective partnerships, making Clark's inclusion particularly significant within basketball culture. Other professional athletes rarely receive such specialized Kobe partnerships.
Shoehead Twitter page, not that Shoehead YouTube page. No, Yahoo Sports, what we think is a reputable company. We think Yahoo Sports is reputable. They are actually coming out and reaffirming that June 30th, we might actually be getting this Caitlin Clark Nike Kobe 5 Player Edition. Indiana Fever colors. This is set to drop.
Nike's official announcement emphasized Clark's previous utilization of various Kobe designs during competition, establishing the foundation for this specialized athlete edition. The company highlighted her demonstrated preference for these designs throughout her professional career. Comparisons to Sabrina Ionescu's relationship with the Kobe brand provide context for understanding these partnerships. Ionescu's close personal connection with Bryant and her subsequent Nike arrangements illustrate the brand's approach to meaningful athlete relationships rather than purely commercial considerations.